Hey everyone, this is Miko from the Permit Empire. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this video. I want to thank those of you who have recently liked, shared, commented, or even subscribed. I want to let you know that I really do appreciate it, and I ask that if you have not done any of those things so far, that you go ahead and you feel free to do so today. All right, so this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of having business credit. Now, I know usually I'm only talking about permit running and notice of commencements, that kind of thing. But today I want to switch it up just a little bit because this is still a very important part of business, not only permit running and the permit running business, but it's just an important part of business as a whole. So I wanted to talk a little bit about it. Now, I'm not going to get as detailed as some people. I'm going to keep it real basic because I really wanted to talk about one vendor in particular, and that is Quill. That's an office supply vendor. I wanted to discuss that a little bit. I use Quill quite a bit, so I wanted to talk about it just a little bit. So as you may know, in permit running, there is a lot of paper, there's a lot of printing, toner, ink, there's a lot of that involved. A lot of times I know people are thinking about, oh, well, we're doing online permitting, and that's true, but you still are required to print out the approved permit documents so that you can have it on the job site for the inspector to review and sign off on that approved permit. Because when he comes out, he's comparing what has been done, the work that has been done, to what's actually in that floor plan, what's been approved by the building department. He's actually doing a comparison of those things to make sure that the work done is the work that was described to be done to the building department, and he's making sure everything is done accordingly. So that's the paperwork he is going to sign off on. So of course, you still do need to have that information on the job site. So with that being said, even if it's an online permit, you still have to print out the approved documents to have it on the job site. And especially as well, because I am also doing permit prepping. So with permit prepping, I have to go in and I'm printing out notice of commencements. I am, making copies of floor plans, those kind of things. And sometimes those permit packets that I'm putting together, they're up to 200 pages at sometimes. And with that being said, not only is it up to 200 pages, you have to make a second set for the building department to review. Because in a lot of cases, when you are turning in permits in person, not in all cases, but a lot of the cases, they want to have at least 2 sets of the proposed plans, because the building department, they keep one set for their records to have on file as their records, and then they will approve one and give you the other set to have out in the field. That is the field copy, and of course we go back to that is what the inspector is signing off on. That is what he is reviewing while he is out. So you definitely will need paper, you'll definitely need toner, you need pens, you need folders. There are so many different things that you need when it comes to just running business. And that's just a small portion of things that you may need with running business. There's so many other things that you can, I'm sure, can identify that you would need for running businesses. Now, the good thing is that yes, Quill is an easy vendor to set up credit with. Usually speaking, they're looking for some of the basic things. They want to make sure that your business is set up correctly, that you are registered perhaps with your state. They want to make sure that you are an actual business. But their requirements, they're not looking to see what your personal credit is. They're not looking for, how many other creditors or vendors that you have credit with. For the most part, they're looking for some basic things. They want to make sure that you are a legit business, and then they'll be able to issue or extend to you a line of credit. And that is quite important to have that line of credit, because it will help you be able to continue to operate even though you may not have gotten your payment from a client today, or maybe you haven't got, you're not getting it tomorrow, but you'll still be able to operate effectively. You'll still be able to get supplies in so that you can continue in business. Now, a lot of times, I know we talk about with permit running, a lot of times we talk about as soon as you have given that approved permit to the contractor, then they go ahead and release payment to you. And for the most part, that is correct. That is the way it goes. But once you start doing work with some of the larger contractors, some of the larger companies, they have processes in place to where you may not be meeting the contractor. What it is that you'll be sending over an invoice to their accounting department, and then it goes through the process of approval, and then the accounting department will release a payment to you on a set date. Now, hey, sometimes it's only a couple days it takes to get that in, but what if it takes a little bit longer? Then you still have to wait for that payment to come in. Not that they're not going to pay you, but it is a process, especially when you're dealing with larger companies. A lot of times you'll see that it is a process, and then they'll release payment to you either by a check or direct deposit or whatever the case is, whatever your agreement is. But this will be a good way to hold you over until your funds are released. So that, like I said, again, you're staying in business. And again, there's so many other vendors that you can definitely take a look at. And I am just talking about Quill because for the most part, I just received an order of toner and paper. So this is the one that's on my mind. I do use other vendors, but this is a really easy one to be able to get credit with and to go ahead and start utilizing to keep your business going. And of course, we know once you start getting business credit established, you can go on to build even more credit for your business, and you'll have more available funds for your company to be able to utilize at a later time. So like I said, I just wanted to drop this really quick video about the importance of also, having some business credit for your business. If you have any questions, you have any comments at all, definitely feel free to leave them below, and I look forward to chit-chatting with you later.